In a universe dominated by capes, cowls, and rigid codes of justice, Anarky bursts forth like a Molotov cocktail of ideology and rage. A character who challenges not just crime, but the entire system that defines good and evil. Anarky stands as one of DC Comics' most politically charged and intellectually complex creations. He doesn't just punch problems, he questions their foundations. And in doing so, he's become a symbol of rebellion, reason, and relentless resistance. Anarky first appeared in Detective Comics number 608 in November 1989, the brainchild of writer Alan Grant and artist Norm Breyfogle. Originally introduced as a mysterious teenage vigilante targeting corrupt landlords, polluting CEOs, and other societal rot, Anarky was a philosophical curveball thrown into Batman's world. While most villains in Gotham operate out of greed, vengeance, or insanity, Anarky was something different, a boy genius with a cause. His real name? Lonnie Machine. His age? Only 12 at the time of his debut. But don't let the age fool you. Lonnie was a prodigy with a computer for a brain and a heart full of fire, radicalized by books, oppressed by systems, and determined to upend the world one corrupt institution at a time. Wearing a bright red robe and a gold mask that evokes both Guy Fawkes and a medieval executioner, Anarky took to the streets with a mixture of technology and ideology. He wasn't interested in robbing banks or leaving riddles. He wanted to wake people up. And that made him dangerous. Even Batman, a vigilante himself, saw Anarky as a threat, not because of his methods, but because of his ideas. Unlike the Joker, who thrives on chaos for chaos' sake, Anarky's chaos had a mission: liberation from authority, economic inequality, and social decay. What made Anarky stand out even more was how his creators used him as a vehicle to explore real-world philosophy. Alan Grant infused the character with the teachings of Noam Chomsky, Karl Marx, Ayn Rand, and Pierre-Joseph Proudhon, creating a volatile intellectual cocktail that dared readers to ask uncomfortable questions. Over time, Lonnie's politics shifted from pure anarchy to a more libertarian socialist view, reflecting Grant's own evolving philosophy and the complexity of trying to change a broken world without becoming the monster you fight. In 1997, Anarky got his own 4-issue miniseries, followed by an ongoing series in 1999. These comics went deep, less about superhero battles and more about deep dives into philosophical dilemmas, governmental surveillance, and the ethics of revolution. At one point, Anarky even tries to overthrow Darkseid himself, believing the god of tyranny represents the ultimate authoritarian force. That's right, a teenager tried to punk Darkseid. And while the series was short-lived, it left a lasting impression as one of the most cerebral and unapologetically political titles DC has ever published. Despite this, Anarky has always struggled for mainstream traction. His ideology doesn't fit neatly into the hero-villain binary, and in an industry often driven by clear-cut good versus evil narratives, that ambiguity can be hard to market. Still, he's remained a cult favorite, appearing in various animated series like Batman the Animated Series and Beware the Batman, where he's portrayed more as an anarchist mastermind in the V for Vendetta mold. In the comics, Lonnie's mantle has been picked up and reinterpreted several times, including during DC's New 52 reboot, where Anarky was reintroduced with a new identity and more street-level revolution energy. But the core of the character has never changed. Anarky is a challenge. Not just to Batman or the city of Gotham, but to the reader. He forces us to question the legitimacy of authority, the nature of justice, and the price of comfort in a world that benefits the few at the expense of the many. Whether you see him as a hero, a villain, or something in between, Anarky is proof that sometimes the most dangerous idea in a comic book isn't a death ray or a super serum. It's a mind that won't stop asking why. In an era increasingly defined by protest, surveillance, and the questioning of power, Anarky feels more relevant than ever. He may not fly, shapeshift, or shoot lasers from his eyes, but in the war of ideas, he's a supernova. Red-robed, masked, and unafraid, he isn't just fighting crime. He's fighting the very idea of control itself.